did you start? How did you find God? Where do I begin? Come to India. And then things will happen. It's dirty, it's not safe, it's a dangerous place, I would never go. Or it's my dream, it's where you can achieve spirituality, and their culture is so amazing. You don't cross a temple without
Exactly.
This is so beautiful. Every time we were looking at the picture of the king, and we were like, he's so hot. We were like licking his picture, like, oh my God, he's so hot, he's so hot, he's so pretty. I would totally go with him and his mom. His mom is also very beautiful. And then he comes. The guide said, hey, this is the king. Come to India with an open mind to see that it was completely the opposite of what you thought it would be. Another misconception is that it's hard to travel inside the country, which is not at all. India is very prepared for tourism. It's so easy. If they have like 2 momos, they will give you like one and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
Half.
One selfie, madam, one selfie.
One selfie, and they call the families on FaceTime all the time. In the beginning, it's fun.
You're a celebrity then.
And then you just go to a restaurant and you ask for something where the answer should be yes or no. And then they give a half. I'm so bad at it, but you gotta teach me. And then they do like this, but it means yes. Sometimes they do the same thing and it means no. And I'm so confused. I'm like, can you please?
Let's talk a bit about Brazil.
Okay.
Tell me about your country, about your hometown.
From Monday to Monday, whenever you want to party hard, I'm not talking about like little parties, party hard, you're gonna find it everywhere in the city. If we had this organized crime for the good, we would be the best city and the best country in the world. They are really organized. Brazilians, they kiss with the whole body. Like, we don't kiss just with the mouth, we kiss with the whole body. And this is what we expect from guys as well. If you just kiss like an European, generalizing again, sorry Europeans. This is where the magic happens. When you open your heart to locals and they bring you to this sunset spot that you would never ever be able to find on Google or travel blogs. If someone says, I'm going to India for a heart surgery, they look like, India, you want to die?
It's one of the best places.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just come here.
True.
Yeah,
Actually, have you learned any cuss words?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What are they?
Shuya and gun. And I use them all the time.
How do you say it to people?
How do you say what?
How do you say it to people?
Yeah.
Hi Manu, how are you?
Hi.
Welcome to our channel first of all.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Same here. Very happy to have you here with us. So how has your trip been so far in India?
Amazing as always. It's my fourth time here in 1 year, and it's always magical. I never want to leave.
Oh wow. So when I called you, when I texted you last time, so you just came, you were just traveling around, or you just came to India that time? Like,
I arrived first week of March. I was leading a group through the Golden Triangle and then Varanasi and Rishikesh.
Oh, wow.
And then I stayed a bit by myself because I always need some time to observe everything that India has to give. I don't like to rush. And when you're traveling with a group, it's usually very fast, like touristic points. So I always like to take some time to just breathe and enjoy the Ganga and meditate a little and just learn everything that this country has to give.
It's pretty good near Ganga, right?
Amazing. Yeah. I love it there. Like, it's one of my favorite places in the world, definitely.
So for how long you were in Rishikesh?
Now just a week, because I had a deadline, so I'm leaving India tomorrow, unfortunately. But last year I was there for 3 months. I was supposed to stay for 1, but I fell in love and then I stayed for 3 months.
So you were doing any yoga course?
I did the yoga teacher training, the 200 hour for a month.
Because most of the people, they come for the yoga courses in Rishikesh.
Yeah. But you know that I was talking to this girl. I went back to the yoga school that I graduated last year. And there was this Indian lady, and she gave us, like, the school, a feedback that I think it's very important to spread the message. That usually when Indian people look at the schools, especially in Rishikesh, you only see like foreigners and white people and you think it's not for you. So she was very precautious about going. And when she arrived there, she felt like a superstar.
Oh, wow.
Because us, when we come here, like, it's a very specific public that India attracts. And it's usually people who are, who wants to learn about your culture. So whenever we see Indian people, we're like making questions and questions and questions and questions. We want to know about the culture. And there's a lot of Indian people going there as well. They're just not in like on the website. And she said, if I knew it was like this, I would totally come before.
Yeah.
So I think this is a message to encourage Indian
Yeah.
people that want to do the teacher training. Just go. You feel like super powerful.
So yeah, like I guess there's a lot of misconception amongst people, right? Like, these courses and these yoga ashrams, they're just for the foreigners.
True.
But it's not like, anyone can go. Everyone has access to them.
Yeah.
So you were telling a lot of people, a lot of foreigners, they come to Rishikesh, right? Because I personally feel a lot of people who are also seeking spirituality,
Yeah.
right? I feel that is also one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I met a lot of travelers. I met a lot of people who come to India to seek spirituality.
True.
They are very driven towards, this culture, even Hinduism.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say about that?
If you ask, like, especially a Brazilian, where I come from, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about India? You either get one of these two answers. It's dirty, it's not safe, it's a dangerous place, I would never go. Or it's my dream, it's where you can achieve spirituality and their culture is so amazing. And you see that it's both like two extremes.
Yeah.
And I usually say that India is this, at some parts, just like Brazil,
Yeah.
just like Rio.
Yeah,
Rio is
yeah.
way more dangerous than here. India is also this, but it's mostly everything in between.
Right.
I traveled at more than 50 countries now, and I never saw such a unique place that combines, like, you can go skiing in the north, you can go to the beach in the south.
Very diverse.
It's so diverse. Once I took a plane from Delhi to Chennai.
Yeah.
And when I arrived at the airport, the alphabet was different.
Yeah.
And I was still in India. And I was so amazed about it because this
Right.
is India. It's like so diverse,
Yeah.
so intense, so magical. And a lot of the spiritual world, like, whenever you want to, not just for beginners, but it doesn't matter what stage and what level you are, you can always come to India. There's always a space for everyone. Like,
Especially places like Varanasi and Rishikesh, like especially in the north side.
yeah.
A lot of people, they go just to find themselves. I feel that is also a thing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The courage once.
Yeah.
Once someone asked me, what's the thing that you love the most about Rishikesh? And it took me a while to think about the right answer. And whenever I'm there, especially, I think all India, but especially in Rishikesh, it's like I'm in an open university. If
Right.
you open your ears and you pay attention to what people are talking at a cafe, at a restaurant, at a library, wherever you go, they're talking about big, important, not materialistic and artificial and mechanic things of
Right.
this daily basis life.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious. I love to study. So whenever I got there, I was like, this is my place. I feel so dumb. And I love that I feel dumb because I feel that I have this whole space to learn with these masters and these people. So it's definitely a place that if you're looking for spirituality, it doesn't matter if you don't know where to start. I get this question a lot.
Yeah.
How did you start? How did you find God? Where do I begin? Come to India. And then things will happen. Like you go with the flow
Right.
and at some point you find yourself. But this would be like, if you are privileged enough to come, just give a chance and you'll be surprised.
Right. That's totally true. Even I do agree with this thing. A lot of my friends, they keep on saying, like they plan to go to Rishikesh. I usually go to Himachal a lot. I usually travel in Himalayas quite a lot. Even when I go over there, I feel totally different. Because over here in Delhi, we are involved in all these materialistic things. We have our jobs to do, careers. But when we go over there, when we move, towards such places, like the vibe is totally different.
Totally.
People are totally different. The mindsets.
Yes, how they see the world.
Exactly.
Just because you said, like, Rishikesh is just almost 6 hours away from Delhi. And
Yeah.
Delhi is completely different from Rishikesh.
Yeah.
But I did the Vipassana retreat last year.
Oh, wow.
In this place called Karnal. It's like, have you heard about Karnal?
Karnal,
It's
yeah, I
like
know.
2 hours from here.
I know.
And I was the only foreign. We were like 80 people, just Indians from everywhere and me. It made the whole experience way more powerful than it would be if I was in Kerala, where
Yeah.
like you have a lot of foreigners coming.
Yeah.
Because I think that you guys, the way that you are raised, like what I feel about India is not that spirituality that comes a lot from the books or from like technical specific things. You live it on your daily
Right.
basis. You don't cross a temple without like,
Exactly. Exactly.
this is so beautiful.
Every time we cross a temple or any such spiritual place, we just do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
true.
natural from you. It's part of
Exactly.
your life.
Exactly. these things are true. Like even if we, touch something from our feet, we'll just touch it and we'll just do.
Yeah.
No, we can't disrestrict it.
When I was in the teacher training, our classes was in the yoga hall, and we were sitting on the floor for like 12 hours a day. And there was like 5 Indians on my class.
Yeah.
And once, like my book, my yoga manual was in front of me, and it wasn't on purpose, of course, but I stepped on the book, just happened.
Yeah.
And then this Indian girl, my friend, she took the book, she take like a prayer, and then she leaves. She didn't say a thing. It was like automatic for her. I was visiting my Swami yesterday on his place, his ashram, and my guide on this tour group that I did last week said that you have 33 million gods. And when I said it to him, he was like, yeah, of course, this is God, this is God, this is God, this is God. Yeah. And I think it's such a beautiful way to look at it, because it's vibration at the
God
end.
is
everything.
Everywhere. Yeah, he's everywhere.
I love it.
What's the ashram culture in Rishikesh? Tell me about that.
It depends. You can get very commercial ashrams, I would say, like made for foreigners, where you pay money that doesn't match the ashram vibe.
Oh.
But if you look for the real ashrams, sometimes they don't. There's this ashram that I wanted to go last week, and they don't allow foreigners, and I think it's amazing. You should at some point not allow, because it's a completely different energy. If you go to Parmet, it's like the biggest, Parmeta, I guess that's the name. It's like the biggest ashram in Rishikesh.
Okay, I'm not pretty sure, because I haven't been to any ashram in Rishikesh
yet.
Yeah, never.
But this is like the biggest one.
I've been to Rishikesh a lot of times, but I haven't been to any such ashram.
Did you go to the Aarti? The Aarti? Did you go the Aarti ceremony? When you were there?
No. I just remember that Lakshman Jhula. That bridge.
The bridge. Close to the bridge, there's this huge ashram. They have more than 1,000 rooms. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
And they have the biggest Aarti in town. They have this big Shiva statue.
Oh, Aarti, you're saying.
Aarti.
Oh, right.
It's my accent, sorry. Did you go?
Aarti. What is Aarti?
Sorry. How do you say it?
Yeah, it's Aarti.
Aarti.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Aarti. You see, I take the foreign way of saying it. Damn it.
Yeah.
But if you go there, it's a beautiful place, an awesome place. You can attend to yoga classes, meditation classes. Every day after the Aarti, they have a lecture talking about important, nice things. But if you go to my Swami's ashram, where I was yesterday, completely different vibe. You see that people who are there, and they have foreigners, don't get me wrong, but people who are there, they're seeking for something more detached, I would say, because it's way more comfortable to go to Parmaniketan. I think that's the name, Parmaniketan. It's way more comfortable because it's made for foreigners. But if you are really looking for something else, and I don't think you should go right away, just give yourself some time.
Of course.
I would totally recommend going on these more traditional places. Definitely. I was staying in an ashram.
Not that comforting, you're saying, means kind of raw. To experience the actual vibe of that place. Yeah, you're trying to say, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because I feel in Rishikesh, it's pretty commercialized now. And it's actually some of the places, they just want to earn money.
But what I feel is that even places that are very commercial, of course they want to make money. This is life. We have to pay taxes. We have to. But
their prime focus is that, I meant to say.
Yeah, I don't know, because my school, I felt that it was very commercial, but at the end of the day, when you look at what they're selling, they're selling such a beautiful knowledge. So let them make money. If they're not selling guns or, whatever, they're selling knowledge and wisdom and spirituality. So for me, even though a place can be commercial, and I think it's important because us foreigners, we always say that, especially in places that take you out of your comfort zone, like India, it's important to have Western conveniences. Otherwise, I don't want Rishikesh to become Bali.
Of course.
No way. But it's important for us to have a bit of...
Exactly.
a nice cafe.
I totally get it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. And I think that India, when you compare to other places that blew up, like Bali, for example, and Thailand, you still coexist so well. If you look at the business owners in Rishikesh, it's just Indians. There's no foreigners. They can collaborate, but it's minimal amount. It's all ruled by Indians, and I think that's precious. That's what you should do.
Right. Of course, even I'm not against this. Of course, there should be commercialization, of course. But the thing is that like, the essence of that place should always be there.
Yeah, definitely.
There should be, people should be able to make money, but the essence, the place shouldn't lose its essence.
Definitely.
Like I'm talking about all the fake trainers and everyone.
And they are there.
They are there.
A lot.
Yeah, right. Right.
You just have to be able to identify who are the true ones. And it's whenever you do the training, it's easier because you know that when a teacher only teach asanas and don't give a hell about like the mantras you sing, the breath is the most important part.
Breath work, yeah.
So whenever they're just doing asanas like in a very like fast and weird way, you know it's not for you.
Yeah.
You're just there for the money.
Have you ever traveled to Himachal side, like the north?
Where is I think so, but I don't remember the names of the cities.
Yeah, it's like you've heard of Shimla and Chandigarh.
I heard about this one.
Yeah.
What's the name of the place?
It's towards the other side, like towards the other side of Rishikesh. Basically, it's also like all the mountains and all these areas. It's pretty good. Pretty amazing. Over there also, you'll find like Dharamshala. Have you heard about
Dharamshala?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't go, but I know.
Yeah, that comes in Himachal. Those places come in Himachal.
Himachal is the state?
Yeah, it's the state. Yeah,
no,
but there are lot of amazing places over there as well.
Yeah.
There's
so much to explore.
Exactly.
So much.
Exactly, and when you meet a lot of new people, you meet a lot of travelers, like you exchange so much. I remember that is long time back in 2017 or 18. I'm talking about. So I traveled to Spiti. There's a place called Spiti. That's in Himachal Pradesh, Himachal only, in the Himalayas only. So over there I was traveling, and then over there I met this British girl. There was a British girl over there. So she was, we were chatting, and normally you meet travelers. I was staying in a backpackers, and normally when you meet travelers, so we were talking, and she was telling me about herself. So she told me that she came to India with her boyfriend. Okay.
From the UK.
Yeah, from the UK. They broke up in Rajasthan. Her boyfriend went back to UK, and now she's traveling.
Came back. Awesome. But this is what India does. It transforms you. Like
she was like, I am not going back from India. I'm not leaving India.
And you should
let him go.
I love that. I don't have a boyfriend, but it could totally happen to me.
Any crazy stories you have? Any crazy story you have?
Crazy stories. Like wild ones?
Yeah, anything like in India when you were traveling in India, may it be related to people or anything.
Oh, I have like some funny stories. I was in Jaipur once at the palace where the royal family lives, and I was with this group of 8 girls, and we were looking at the picture of the king, and we were like, he's so hot. We were like licking his picture, like, oh my God, he's so hot, he's so hot, he's so pretty. I would totally go with him and his mom. His mom is also very beautiful. And then he comes. The guide said, hey, this is the king. And then all of us, like 8 beautiful Brazilian ladies, we stopped. Like we couldn't say a word. We're just looking at him like, can you please marry me? And I just said, hi. Yeah, hi, king. I say, hi, king. And he looked at me. He did like namaste.
Where was it?
In Jaipur.
Udaipur? Jaipur?
Jaipur. At the...
Oh, Padmanabh Singh?
Yes,
yeah.
This one. Wow. And I even texted him on Instagram. I was like, yeah, who knows? India comes to transform you. Maybe I'll move to the royal palace and marry this guy. He's not married.
You can be the queen.
The queen, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
And this was also something that surprised me. Indian men, they are way more attractive than I thought. You have a lot in common with Brazilian, because Brazilian has this fame of being very warm, very like sensual at some ways. And even though India is a very religious country, you are very warm people. Like
I actually used to get this a lot from
girls.
Not from I mean not from girls, okay. But yeah, from like a lot of Brazilian people I met in Australia as well. Like a lot of Colombian people, Brazilian people, they are in Australia.
Yeah, true.
So they used to tell me like, oh bro, you look a bit Brazilian.
Yeah, it's the energy. You do look like it's the same energy. And this was also something that I was very surprised about India, because culturally speaking, we are very different when you compare India and Brazil. But India, out of the 50 countries I've been, is the place that I feel more home. And that's crazy to think, because it's so different from what I'm familiar with.
Right.
But I think our essence, like how we see life, one of the things that I love about India the most is that the world might be ending. There's a lot of like problems coming up, and you're laughing, you're making jokes, you're dancing, you're celebrating. And that's just like Brazil. And so I think our essence are very
I think
aligned.
our hospitality as well.
Oh yeah.
And like people are very welcoming, because I remember like last time I had a podcast with this Russian lady. So she told me that, you know, when I came to India, I felt like in my past life, I was born over here only.
Yes.
So it's like it gives you a sense of, you
Home.
know, belongingness.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes. I even went to this Vedic astrology woman in Rishikesh, and I asked her, like, what about India? There must be something, because I feel so good here. I never experienced this anywhere in my life, not even in Brazil sometimes. And she said that it's something about the Ganges, that I have a really close connection about like past lives in the Ganges. I just thought it was beautiful. I didn't make any more question. I just wanted to keep this information to myself. I said, okay, maybe it's the Ganges.
Oh, wow. So now tell me, Manu, about some misconceptions. Like, you know, you're from Brazil.
So
a lot of
many.
people, there are a lot of misconceptions about India, because even I had a lot of friends, Australian friends. I had some friends from Europe as well. So they have some sort of misconceptions when it comes to India. Like India is very diverse.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just say, you know, this, you can't actually put an image to India, I feel. Because
Definitely.
every place has got its own vibe. You know, people are different. You know, even the way they look, the way they speak. You know, you can't just have one single perception about India.
True, definitely. Not even for you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember the first time I came here, I used to FaceTime my dad, and I was on this really nice cafe right by the Ganga, eating like nice, beautiful food. And he was like, are you in India? I said, yes, Dad, this is India. Like, India is so diverse.
Yeah.
But you know, do you know Brené Brown? Is like a psychologist that talks about like self-love.
Okay.
And there's this quote from her that usually is applied on the self-knowledge and self-love, self-value debate. But I think we can apply to India because it's the same thing. She says that go out in the world looking for confirmations that you're not enough, and you're going to find. So come to India looking for confirmations that it's dirty, it's messy, it's too loud, people are not nice, and it's dangerous, and you're going to find. But come to India with an open mind to see that it was completely the opposite of what you thought it would be. Because people are lazy, right? They just want confirmations.
They just
of
Google
their beliefs.
and, you know, you'll get thousands of opinions, you know.
But it's such a shame.
Matter. Yeah.
Because what I feel like, especially in Brazil, that the videos that blow up, that go viral about India are always about something bad. Even me, this week I went viral. I post a lot of nice videos about India all the time. And this week, and none of them go viral. They have like 30,000, 40,000 views. And this week I posted one about this ashram in Varanasi where what's the name of when the husband dies and then the woman becomes it's like whenever your husband die, this community, they abandon the woman and they go to this ashram where they're just like waiting for death. And I posted something saying that, hey, this is not all India, but this happens at this specific community. This video went viral. And then I go back on what I was saying. People in the comments were just confirming what they think they know about India.
Right.
Because they are lazy enough or ignorant enough to open their minds and see the beauty of this place.
It has got a lot to explore. Like
So
people come
much.
here, they stay for six months, for years, and still they are like, we haven't been able to explore India properly.
Yeah.
Like it's very diverse. You go to the coastal regions, you go to the Himalayas, you go to the south, anywhere you go, it's totally, it's beautiful. And you know, I have a story to share, like, you know, what kind of misconception people have. So I have like this, one of my friends, a very close friend, so he went to Germany. So over there, he just went for an exchange program. So over there, he was living with someone, like there was a host, you know, over there. So he was living with someone over there. So what happened was that host, she said, oh my God, you guys have a TV at home. You guys have a washing machine. Really? You guys have money? So she was so surprised. He was telling me, she was so shocked that, and you know, like, so many misconceptions are there.
So many.
And actually, if you look at the facts, like if you see the CEO of Microsoft, if you see the CEO of
They're all
Google,
Indians.
exactly, most of the billionaires,
They come from here.
they come from India.
Yeah,
So like people, they don't know the real side actually,
true.
right?
But like people think that in Brazil, especially Europeans, they think that in Brazil we live with the monkeys at the Amazon, like it's just forest.
Yeah.
And again, it's the like, come on, guys, are you serious? Like, do you watch? And I don't blame them a lot. I think it takes a lot of like curiosity to find out the truth about traveling, and that's why about the countries. That's why I love traveling so much. But the media doesn't help.
Yeah.
Like not at all. They always want, because this is how they control us,
True.
right?
Yeah.
It's gone. This is how they control the image that people have about India. Like you have a lot of technology. You have the biggest pharmaceutical industry in the
Exactly.
entire world. Like
True.
we just ordered medicine for me,
From
and,
Blinkit.
you arrived in like 5 minutes.
You
Like,
won't find that anywhere
It's
else in the
amazing.
world.
It's
Like,
amazing.
exactly. So I mean, yeah. So people need to know the real side.
Yeah.
They need to come. They need to visit, and then only they'll be able to explore.
And also, I think another misconception is that it's hard to travel inside the country,
Mhm.
which is not at all. India is very prepared for tourism. It's so
Exactly.
easy.
Exactly.
Even as I'm a solo traveler, and this is one of the things that I try to encourage the most. India is so easy for solo travelers, not only because you have a lot of the tourism industry is big, so you have planes and buses and trains and tours for everything,
Exactly.
but also because everyone is going to trying to help you all the time.
and the
all the
traveling
time.
is so cheap as well.
So cheap, so cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And you said a lot of people, they'll be helping you. They'll be there to help you.
Yeah, all the time. Like you're
Exactly.
never alone here. Sometimes it's even too much. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to deal with this on my own. Like, no, I want to help you, want to help you, want to help you.
Tell me something about that. Did you have any weird experience
Any what?
with people? Like, did you have any weird experience with people?
Weird experience.
Yeah, because
You know-
yeah. Tell me.
Sometimes, like, I'm a solo traveler, so sometimes I really need my space. And this is funny about India. I feel that maybe this is another misconception,
Yeah.
you tell me.
Yeah.
But I feel that you guys have a really hard time on the concept of private space. Once I was in the beach in Rishikesh, and these little boys, they come to try to sell or just to play and talk to you. They come every single day. And sometimes I just want to go and read my book and don't talk to anyone and meditate, And they don't stop talking to you. And once I was a little bit rude. I said, hey, please, can you go? I don't want to talk right now. I just want my space. And then he left. 2 minutes, and I was sleeping, like taking a nap. I put like this with my head. And then 2 minutes later, he comes back. He takes the sand. And he drops on me and he started like drawing. It's like, are you serious? Can you please, like we play after, please just give me some time. But I think this is also because we have the biggest population in the world. Usually when Indian friends come to my place, they sit on my bed, they eat my food. It's just like everything is for everyone.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Because family concept is very important here
We live
in
with a
India.
family.
Everything's
and
about
sharing
family.
concept is not
Yeah.
very common in foreign countries.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. And that's what I love the most about this place. Like, if they have like 2 momos, they will give you like one and a half.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
take half.
That's
and
true.
I love that. But that sometimes can be a little annoying when you are here in the long term and you want to just relax. Yeah. Also the pictures. They come for pictures all the time.
One selfie, madam. One selfie.
One selfie. And they call the families on FaceTime
God.
all the time. In the beginning, it's fun.
You're,
but after
you're a
while-
celebrity. Then you must be a celebrity over
No,
here.
if you want your self-esteem to go higher, just come to India. You'll
Just
feel the
come to
prettier
India.
girl in the world.
You'll feel like a superstar. For sure. Right? So yeah, as I said, in foreign countries, it's not very common. When I get my food, I have a habit of sharing it with people.
Of course.
I was born in India, born in Delhi. So when I was in Australia, happened with me as well. Like my friends, they used to say, not only over there, but like to a lot of countries I've traveled to, like when I try to share my food with someone, so they're like, that's okay. You just have your food. You don't have to share it with anyone.
Even the table.
Yeah.
Like if there's no space at the restaurant and one people is sitting alone on the table, they don't share.
It comes as, how do I say it? As a hospitality trait.
Yeah, sure.
if you can say.
Sure. And I love that. I love that.
But yeah, like, I get it. So yeah, you were talking about this now.
The head.
Tell me.
You know, when I first arrived, it's not something that people prepare you for before coming here. And then you just go to a restaurant and you ask for something where the answer should be yes or no. And then they give a half. I'm so bad at it, but you're going to teach me. And then they do like this, but it means yes. Sometimes they do the same thing and it means no. And I'm so confused. I'm like, can you please? And it's not something that people notice. If they just come for like a 2-week break, 2-week like tourism, golden triangle stuff, they don't realize. Like I took it immediately because also I observe everything. But when I took both of my groups here, the girls, already like almost 20 girls, and I told them about the little head. And they thought it was the funniest thing ever. Whenever they see an Indian they're like, doing it again.
Yeah, even all of us, we have a habit of doing this.
It's like the little statue that it live on the car.
Right.
It has like the dog who does like this.
For every question, the answer will be
half. We don't know.
So now let's talk a bit about Brazil.
Okay.
Tell me about your country, about your hometown. How's Brazil? How's Rio? Actually, because I've heard like it's got a pretty open vibe, pretty chill vibe. You know, kind of.
Yeah.
I've seen videos.
I love my country more than anything in the world. I don't see myself going back there now, but I also don't see myself living outside as an immigrant for the rest of my life. And talking about Rio, I think it's the only city, like I'm talking about like big city. We are almost 10 million people. So
right.
I know that for India.
Like Brazil is I guess it's the 6th largest population in the world.
I think it's the
6th. I think it's the 6th.
Oh yeah, now yeah. We're like big.
Yeah.
We are big in territory as well. So we are not like, we are mostly concentrated in Rio and São Paulo and some cities by the coast. But if you go to the countryside, it's pretty much empty. Like there's not a lot of people. We are all concentrated by the coast. And I think that Rio is the massive city, the only massive city in the world that combines everything a big city has to offer. Everything you tell me and I say yes, with nature. Like we are surrounded by mountains. If you are like in Ipanema Beach and then you take a motorcycle for 15 minutes, you are in a waterfall, like right in the mountains.
Oh, wow.
Inside the city, like 15 minutes inside the city, not elsewhere. Like people actually live there and they go down to work at the financial district every day. So it's an amazing city when it comes to, you have things to do 24/7. You wake up, you play foot volley on the beach, and then you run. We are very addicted to sports. So people in Rio are very active.
Of course. How many times have you guys won the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup?
Oh, we are so bad now, 5.
Yeah,
but
5.
now it's since 2002. We are so bad. Now surfing in Brazil is like huge right now. The best surfers out there are Brazilians. And gymnastics. Gymnastics, like last Olympics, we bet Simone Biles in one show. But anyways, you find things to do like 24/7. And then the party culture. I'm not a very party person. I usually don't go out at night. But from Monday to Monday, whenever you want to party hard, I'm not talking about like little parties, party hard, you're going to find it everywhere in the city. But on the other hand, it's getting quite dangerous, especially now. Like Rio is very dangerous. Like,
really?
Very dangerous.
Tell me about
like
that.
Nothing ever happened to me because I was born and raised there and I know how to behave. I know where to go. I know what to do.
Right.
But every single week, one of my friends are stolen. That's how we say. Like, yeah, and it's like
pickpocketing and all.
Not just pickpocket, like with guns.
With guns.
Like, with guns.
Oh, really?
Like you are in your car. Then we have this thing that I don't want to say bad things about my country, but
yeah. But is it a lot with the foreigners over there?
If you act like a foreign, like wearing those flower Bermudas and having your camera on, very white, like you say, oh, foreign, really on the face. But I think the worst that happened to foreigners is just like India is trying to charge you more for things.
Right.
So if you eat an acai, for me, it's going to cost 10 Brazilian reais, for you, probably 20.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. But Rio is getting like in some areas you shouldn't go because we have this gang problem. So especially in the favelas,
like there's organized crime, right?
Oh, you have no idea. It's amazing. If we had this organized crime for the good, we would be the best city and the best country in the world. They are really organized. There's this thing called militia, which is like cops, like military and cops, like policemen.
Okay.
They are corrupt, so they turn into the mafia. and they rule the whole area. So you, as a someone that lives there, you have to pay your taxes not for the government but for them. Like otherwise they cut your gas, they cut your electricity. You have to pay for them. If you open a business, you have to share like 30-40% with them. It's crazy. And it's all the drug traffic.
Even the business, you have to share 30-40% with them.
In these areas, yeah. In these areas, yeah. And if you're not like I would say that 99% of the population in the favelas, they are very good and decent people. But there's this one, and they have to live there because it's close to the center. It's like a very noble part of the city. It's like right in the middle of everything. If you go to one of the favelas we have in Rio, we have the best view of the city, like right in front of Leblon and Ipanema Beach, and it's a favela. Even like, I think David Beckham bought a house over there because the views are amazing. But yeah, you have to be very precautious. Otherwise, it's.
So is it that dangerous? Like if someone is planning to go to Rio, like
no,
suppose if I want to travel to Rio. So what's going to be the thing? How should I take care of myself? How should I behave? And just tell me that. I
think for you, because you're a tourist, so probably you're going to stay in this very specific parts of the city.
Right.
Like if I come to Delhi, I stay in Connaught Place because it's very central. I don't stay outside. I don't even know what's the neighborhoods outside Delhi.
Right.
So if you stay in like Ipanema, Leblon, Copacabana, Leme, Botafogo, these very central spaces, the only thing you should be careful about is like pickpockets. So for example, you never record yourself like with your phone. Like this is basic. Like you don't do it in Rio. Like recording yourself as a selfie and people just come and take your phone. It's that bad.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
On gunpoint?
If you go, no, not like this. This like on this specific areas, it's more like they take you. But if you are at the beach and you have all of your stuff and you want to go for a swim, you ask someone to take care of your stuff. Like, hey, can you please watch my stuff? Because otherwise you go, there's this funny story where I only had my flip-flops, my Havaianas on, and I left it and I went swimming. And when I came, and every time I was looking, my Havaianas was still there. Like I could see it was there. And when I came back, they took mine and left another. Yes.
Really?
It's like that weird.
So that's in the center. That's in the center.
That's like this pickpockets is mostly in the touristic places. But that's it. Just
but
watch your
how are
phone.
the people like over there? Are they very well? How are the people over there? Are they very welcoming?
Oh, very, very. Right. Brazilians are just like Indian.
They like Indian. They like Indian people.
They do. We love everyone.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, your English is way better than ours.
Right.
Like Brazilians don't have a good English.
Yeah.
But they have a really warm and welcome heart. So they tried their best to connect with you. So they probably use the translator or stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very welcome. Very, very welcome.
Right.
You feel good there.
Yeah.
And we love Indians.
Really?
Yeah. But we like people who are straightforward. Like when you take, generalizing again, but when you take Europeans, they're so slow. Like so slow. It takes ages to even like kiss. And us Brazilian, even Brazilian women, we're very straightforward. So it's very common for us to go for the guy and to ask them out and to even propose. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not like the guy has to make the first move.
No,
always. It's not like
not
that.
always. Like,
it's not like
it's very acceptable.
So they're very open. Like they're very open-minded.
So open.
Yeah.
And we don't like these little games, you know?
Okay.
Like, oh, I should behave like this because otherwise she's gonna think like this. Guy, just you know, give me the truth. Let's be honest. So we don't waste our times. We have a lot of nice options here. People in Brazil are very pretty. So just come to me with what you have to offer, and then I can decide if I want this or not.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And we also like this warm kind of behavior towards like. But there's this German guy that I met that he said that Brazilians, they kiss with the whole body. Like we don't kiss just with the mouth, we kiss with the whole body. And this is what we expect from guys as well. If you just kiss like an European, generalizing again, sorry Europeans, that's like, we don't like that. Not at all. It's try just once and then bye. See you never.
Okay, tips to take. Okay, so now coming back to India again. Tell me, what all places have you visited? And what's your most favorite till now?
It's my 4th time here, as I said, but I only been to the north.
Right.
I'm dying to go to Kerala, especially.
You haven't been to Kerala yet?
I have my Google Maps on my phone. If you look at the whole planet, the globe, there's like some random hearts, like favorite. If you look at India map, there's like 200 hearts. Like, you know, when you favorite the place that you want to visit, it's like full of little hearts. And no, I haven't been. to the south yet because I want to go there with time. And
Mhm.
last time I had the opportunity, it would be only for a week. So I said, no, I prefer going back when I can really enjoy this place. So it just been to the north. I did Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, Jodhpur,
All the touristy
Varanasi,
places.
all the touristic places. But
Yeah.
you know that just now, first time I came here, I spent 3 months only in Rishikesh and didn't even see the Taj Mahal.
Oh, wow.
I only went to Taj Mahal in November and I
Mhm.
left in April. And Rishikesh is definitely my favorite. But I think it's not going to be forever.
Okay.
I have this feeling that I'll find another place.
Have you been to Goa?
No, not yet.
Oh, you
But
must.
you know that it's not a place. They speak Portuguese there, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. No, it's not like they speak Portuguese, but it's like there are Portuguese colonies, but they're not like. It's not like it's a
Yeah.
misconception. Like
Yeah,
people, they
okay.
speak Portuguese a lot. Like it's not
Yeah.
like that over there.
It's like Macau in
Yeah,
China.
I mean the place is built like that. Like the construction and everything
the
is.
architecture.
Yeah, the architecture is like Portuguese over there,
Okay.
but like it's pretty good. Like
But I
Goa is
heard that
pretty
it's a place to like party and there's a lot
Yeah,
of foreigners.
right.
I don't know if it's my
I
style.
mean, it's not just to party. Like people go there to, like I told you, like to do yoga,
Yoga.
to find spirituality. Also, it's
Really?
beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
so-
give it a chance.
yeah. You should go. Like I would suggest next time go to Goa.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll love it.
More than Kerala. I don't know why I have
Kerala is
Kerala
also
in my mind.
Kerala is also pretty. It's also really good.
And it's very tropical.
For sure.
I love
That's for
that.
sure.
Completely different from Rajasthan.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's totally different. It's got a totally different vibe.
Yeah. And
Kerala.
that's India. Like
Yeah,
wherever you
like
move,
yeah.
everything changes.
You feel very close to nature over there when you go to like
I love
south.
that.
Yeah, it's like foresty and green
I love that.
and pretty good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'll definitely come.
Yeah, next time Kerala and Goa, of course. Goa also I would suggest you.
There's so many places I want to see.
Yeah.
Even like Mumbai, which is a big city, and Pune.
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 Yeah.
Pune.
Yeah.
Pune. Oh, so many. So many. I can't even
Right.
count. I need like 5 years here to be able to see it all.
Okay, so one more thing, you have this bindi and it looks pretty good on you.
Thank you.
You're looking
It suits me.
Yeah, you're looking Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Somewhere from the north. And you have got this name Manu. Manu is also like kind of an Indian name. It's kind of a
Yeah.
nickname.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
It's the first human, right? From the scriptures.
I'm not pretty sure about
Yeah,
that.
every time I say Manu, they say, oh, you know that. How do you say human in Hindi?
Human.
Yeah.
Manushya. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It's the
Manushya.
first human in that came like they tell me
Yeah.
the story all the time, but yeah.
Right.
It's Indian.
So I saw that you were a speaker at Tedx as well.
Yes.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was actually one of my dreams.
Okay.
I've been watching Tedx since I was 14, 15, and I always dreamed about being on stage. I didn't know it would be so terrifying to
Yeah.
be there.
Hundreds of
But-
people.
So yeah, and it's
Watching you.
live and it's a big like talk.
Right.
But it was beautiful. And what was the most interesting part was because whenever you're doing like they invite you and then they ask, okay, if you have 18 minutes to say anything for humanity, what would it be? And then I chose like 2 or 3 things. I send it to them and they say, okay, we like this idea. You can start working on that.
So what do they do? Like they give you a specific topic, like you have
No,
to speak about
Not
that.
at all.
So you have to choose your topic,
You
and then
choose
you have
everything.
to. Yeah.
And but then they have the right to say it doesn't fit our expectations and maybe you
Yeah.
come next year.
Oh,
So
okay.
you bring the
So what's
suggestions.
the criteria? How do they,
I don't think there's a criteria. Like my event was only female speakers. So of course one of the criteria was being a woman. And it was like it was the advertisement behind the talk was it's
Okay.
like besides the smile.
Okay.
Like kind of to break this idea that woman is just pretty and they have something to
Something
add
else
to
to offer.
society. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had talks talking about like AI on the same event. We had talks talking about like grief. I talked about this. I created this concept of the harmonious triangle
Okay.
where all of my life I was told that happiness has to do with family and money. So if you have a nice family and if you guys have money, then you'll be happy. Done.
Mm.
And when I went out in the world, I came in contact with so many different formulas of happiness. And I understood that this narrative might be one of them, but it's not the only.
Not for you.
And it can be for me. And that's how I finished the talk. I said, hey, at some point, maybe happiness to me would be having a family and having money. And that's okay. If the triangle is complete, and what's the triangle? Is bringing balance between what I think, what I feel, right? What I feel and what I think, what I say and what I do. If these things are like aligned, if these things are aligned, it doesn't matter which formula I choose. I know that I'm going to be happy. It doesn't matter. Like happiness is temporary. Like you change your formula all the time, but we're told that there's only one way to be, and that's not true. And that's exactly how traveling, especially as a solo traveler, helped me in constructing this mindset and this idea.
It changes your mindset completely. You're a very it makes you feel like you're a very small part of the universe.
Yes.
And you have so much to explore.
Yes.
So much knowledge to gather.
Yes.
A lot of things, that's how it feels when you keep traveling and your mindset keeps changing.
Yes.
You keep evolving, I feel.
Oh yeah, of course. And that's why I think that solo traveling is so powerful, because if you travel with friends or in couples, it's way easier to go into your comfort zone and don't exchange with locals, especially. When you are alone, you're not only developing so many skills all the time, but you're also opening up your heart way more. Because we're humans, we're all searching for connection, right?
Right.
And if you are with someone, like the easiest path to take is to just rely on this person.
Right.
You can count on them to everything. Solo traveling, you have to decide everything on your own. Like everything changes all the time. You have to plan, you have to organize, you have to meet people, you have to decide where to stay. You have to check on this place, if it's dangerous, if it's not, how is the weather? What's the kind of person that I'm going to meet? And this is where the magic happens, when you open your heart to locals and they bring you to this sunset spot that you would never, ever be able to find on Google or travel blogs.
Right.
And it's something like from the local community, and that's beautiful.
That's the best thing.
That's the best.
So I remember like when I traveled solo, when I used to travel solo, so that was my second or third trip solo. I went to Goa. So over there I was staying in a backpackers. So then I met a lot of local people also, right? So they showed me some places which I feel
you would never go.
Yeah, I would never go into the jungle. And there are parties happening.
You see?
Yeah, like people are there's small cafes in the jungle, like in the jungle area.
Yeah.
Like there's a small way over there, like people are going from there.
You would never find out.
Exactly. I would have never been able to find it out otherwise. So that's how, when you connect to the local people when you're traveling, that's a totally different scenario.
Completely.
It completely changes your traveling
perspective.
Yeah,
on life.
Yeah, exactly.
Last week we were doing the group trip and we went to Taj Mahal, which is the most like emblematic and huge monument in India.
Right.
And that's what brings a lot of people to the country. And then right after the Taj Mahal, we went to this school, like just a random rural area. And there was this school with a bunch of kids. And we stayed there for, I don't know, half an hour just playing with the kids. And then this girl came to me and said, this was way more special than Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Way more. And I got like goosebumps because this is what I feel. It's the same thing. We also went to, there's this place in Agra. I don't know if people know about it, but it's amazing. It's called Shiro's Cafe. Have you heard about it?
It's
not right sure. next to Taj Mahal.
Shiro's or
Shiro's.
Shiro's.
It's right next to Taj Mahal. So if you're going to Taj Mahal, please take a chance to have a coffee or have lunch there. Because it's a coffee shop, not coffee shop, it's a restaurant, like they serve food. Ruled by acid attack survivors.
Oh,
so all of them are survivors. They created this kind of like ONG and NOG.
Yeah, I think I've seen that on social media. I guess I've seen their. Yeah.
And this was like, for me, again, way better.
There's a place nearby also from here.
In Delhi?
In Delhi.
Really?
Yeah. That's also operated by all the acid attack survivors.
Yeah. So, and I don't know how many, I think it's 40,000 people that go to the Taj Mahal every single day. Can you imagine if they all decide to have lunch? And the menu doesn't have prices. Okay. So you just pay what you want, and they have like workshops, and then you play with them like just have fun. I went to the kitchen. It's much more than having food. It's an experience.
Yeah.
And I think India has a lot of places like this besides the monuments.
Yeah, exactly. Even traveling solo in India is totally different.
Yeah.
Like when I am traveling solo in other countries, I don't feel the same way. The way I travel in here, you get to feel a lot of diversity.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
When you're just traveling, suppose if I go to mountains from here, like in between I'll cross a couple of states and the people are totally different.
Totally.
And that's how you feel totally different. I traveled in Australia, but in Australia it feels like I'm traveling. It's just the same place.
Just the same, yeah.
It's just the same place.
Just the same.
But in India, if I'm traveling to suppose 2-3 states, also I'm traveling at one go. So I feel like I'm traveling to
different countries, different continents. I would say.
Exactly.
It's even like you can also see this in the language. Like it's so funny that you guys mix English and Hindi or another dialect in the same sentence. Like they're speaking Hindi to each other, and then you hear out of the blue, "Thank you, goodbye. Can you please give me a coffee?" Like, and I'm like, guys, what's happening? Like, why do you do it? But it's because
if you see my podcasts also, it's like we call it Hinglish. We call it a mix of English and Hindi.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And that's also something that makes traveling here so easy because most of you, I don't know the statistic, but I would say that at least like 60% of you speak good English.
Yeah.
Good English.
Right.
That's amazing, especially in the big centers.
Right, because we have all these private schools.
Can I make you a question?
Yeah.
How is the educational system here? Like,
in
how
India,
does it work? Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. It's actually great because in India, what happens is we are taught how to deal with pressures. That also, like if we work in any multinational company, if we, even if a lot of Indians, they are in abroad, in US, Australia, anywhere in the world. But you see, they have the capacity to handle pressure. And those people over there who are born and brought up, over there in their native countries, like in comparison to them as well, like we have that sort of mentality because our education system is like that, like exam pressures. Like in a lot of countries, I see there are no exams till 5th or 6th class or till 7th or 8th class. But in India, it's totally different. Like a child, he's been given training, to deal with every situation, each and every situation. The system is totally different. Like even the teachers, when they teach you, they don't teach you just like teachers, like just, we're just teachers and our job is done. Like if we tell you once, they'll add a lot of personal touch to it. When they're teaching you along with the values. Like in our Indian culture, teachers are called like gurus. We say like they are gurus. So we touch their feet and, it's like that. You give that respect to them. So yeah, and it's a pretty good system, I feel.
So nice.
Yeah.
So nice. And then you usually go to like private or public schools and then college?
Yeah.
Like
then
colleges for free?
Yeah. Colleges, no, you have to pay. It totally depends. If government colleges, they are very cheap.
Yeah, I told you I was in love. So after my second month here, I was even starting to look at graduation programs, like post-grad programs in this Sanskrit university in close to Rishikesh. And it was a really nice university. You had like food, you had like accommodation, you had like this amazing programs. And it was so cheap. So cheap. Like a really nice one where my teachers attended. So I was amazed. And also hospitals. I see now a lot of people that come. This is another misconception when you say like, oh, someone is going to Turkey to have like a plastic surgery. Yeah, okay, go. That's the place to be. But if someone says I'm going to India for a heart surgery, they look like, India, you want to die?
It's one of the best places.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just come here.
True.
Yeah,
actually, when I was living abroad, when I also fell sick once, or like if any one of my friends, he fell sick, they had to wait for hours before any doctor comes to check you.
That's
like crazy. One of my friends, he was kind of dying with pain. Like he had some accident over there and he was like dying with pain. But the people over there, like the doctors over there, they were like, you'll have to wait.
And usually you have to wait because they want to make sure that you're going to pay.
Yeah.
Like, so the payment comes, that's how it's like in the US. The payment comes before the health and making sure you're alive.
But in Australia, it wasn't the case.
It was just like,
it was just like you'll have to wait. they don't have doctors over there to treat you. They're short of doctors. Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
Like people, my friends, they used to come to India, like suppose in between, if they want to get any sort of treatment, if they want to go to any dentist, and it's so expensive over there.
Oh, and here it's
Yeah.
very good, and it's. I went to a hospital once. I already need like just a regular consult with one doctor, which was like smoothly amazing. But once I was visiting a friend in this hospital close to Rishikesh, and it was the psychiatric
Okay, psychiatrist. Sorry.
yeah place of the hospital, which is where you think you're gonna find like the weirdest and crazy problems.
Mhm.
And it was a public hospital.
Okay.
I was so surprised, like of how the maintenance was amazing. The food was delicious. She was staying in this dorm like with a bunch of sick people,
Hmm.
and it was like just spectacular. She didn't have to pay for a tiny amount, like not even. And I love that. And this is definitely, I think, one of the biggest misconceptions about India.
Hmm.
Like if you have a problem here, because people talk a lot about the jelly belly or having like food poisoning, right? If you, I made this reel yesterday on my Instagram that says, it's a bunch of takes about India, and it says chances of having food poisoning 15%, chances of being completely transformed by this country 100%.
100%.
So at the end, like, come on, it's just a one night vomiting and staying in the bed, and that's still worth it, you know.
Mhm. Right.
That's what I say.
Right. Amazing, Manu. I think we had a really great session today.
Thank you.
So before ending the podcast, I would want to ask you, have you learned any bad words? Have you learned any cuss
Oh
words?
yeah, definitely.
What are they?
Shusha and gun. And I use them all the time.
How do you say it to people?
How do you say what?
How do you say it to people?
Hey, yeah. Or just like go. And they laugh.
Yeah. If any of us, if we'll say that to them, they won't laugh.
They won't laugh. But that's the good part about being a foreign. They're always like making jokes and having fun.
True. That's true. Okay, Manu. Then
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure having you over here.
Loved it.
Thank you so much for coming. You took out time
Thank
for
you.
us and you came over here.
Thank you.
It means a lot. And guys, before ending the podcast, I would like to request you guys to please subscribe, like, and share. And also, I'll mention Manu's Instagram ID in the description. You guys can follow her, and she makes amazing content, guys. You must check it out. And with this, we'll end the podcast.